much for doing this for us exclusively for cruise.co.uk,
Okay.
the good old British.
Okay.
So it's great to meet you, and we just really wanted to have a chat about kind of you and the ships and different bits and pieces, and we've got some customer questions at the end. So first off, really, just kind of, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like how long you've been doing the job, how long you've worked for Carnival?
Yeah, sure. So I've been working for Carnival almost 4 years now, and I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and I'd never cruised before I started working on a cruise ship. So it was really fun. I used to work in television. I was a television host at home, and a friend of mine went on a cruise, came back from that cruise that following week and said, "Oh my God, that is your job. You need to be a cruise director." He was like, "I had so much fun." And the cruise director, it suits you, that's your job. So that's what got me into it. And so I started off as a host in the entertainment staff, and I made myself, I got promoted to assistant cruise director in 3.5 months, and then I was promoted to assistant cruise director all the way until last January 14th. I got promoted to cruise director, and I've been cruise director for a year now. So.
Wow, and always on this ship? Or?
Yes, on this ship.
How many hours a day do you work? Is it like full on?
It depends. On sea days, we'll easily pull 12 hours, easily. 12, 14 hours without even blinking about it. But on port days, when there's no one on board to entertain, then we have a little bit more time. But right now, I do there's a lot of paperwork stuff I have to do in the back office, like the fun time that you get in the cabin every day, letting people know what's going on. So all that stuff has to be done, and I'm in charge of that. And so, yeah, on port days, maybe it's like 6 or 7, 8 hours maybe.
And how many staff do you have, are you in charge of?
42 entertainment. So
wow.
That's all the musicians, those are the comedians, those are the plays performers, those are entertainment staff, host, the assistant cruise director. So.
Cool, so it's really busy. Really.
Yes, definitely busy.
So do you get free time?
Yeah, I get a little free time. And normally free time, I started, this job has offered me like a couple places to learn piano. We have 3 grand pianos on board that I can play, so I started teaching myself piano 6 months ago. So I take time to do that, and I watch a lot of TV. I went to go film and television, so I watch a lot of television, watch a lot of movies, and catch up on that stuff in my free time.
So what would you say is your favorite part of the job?
My favorite part of this job has to be the people. I love the people, because you meet new people from everywhere, all walks of the earth, and people, you can meet groups of people who may be similar, but the person never be the same. And so I really enjoy meeting people, because you get a lot of different great stories out of it.
Okay, and your worst part?
Worst part? Probably internet. The internet is the worst part. Just not being able, because people are always so connected, especially our generation, right? Very connected to the rest of the world through devices and things like that. When you have a limited amount of internet access for the crew members, especially, not so much for the guests, because they have a new internet program that's faster. But for me, it's a little bit, that's the worst part.
Okay. So, and then obviously you get to travel to loads of different places. Have you got like a favourite port or a favourite destination?
Favourite port, favourite destination. Let's see. It would have to be. It's a toss up between. We have a private island, Half Moon Cay.
Right.
Really beautiful. And we also have. Let's see. There's St. Thomas. The beaches are always amazing, and you can just go there. In Grand Turk, the beach, you just walk straight off, and the beach is there too. But San Juan, I love Puerto Rico, because I can use my cell phone to still call home, things like that, and it's still a nice exotic location. But I guess if I had to pick just one day, probably Grand Turk.
Okay. Because
as soon as you get there, it's on the Eastern Caribbean. As soon as you dock, you walk off, the beach is there, the water is fantastic. Your decision is made for the day.
So if you were to get off and it's your day off, what do you head to the bar, or are you just straight on the beach snorkeling? Or?
It depends on the day, because we get to do the shore excursions as well. But normally, the new, because we sail the Caribbean, we consider ourselves the Pirates of the Caribbean, right? So the new thing for us, our new Pirates boutique is internet. So we go for good food, Wi-Fi, hang out. If it has a beach there, then we got the trifecta. We got the beach, we can snorkel and swim. We can still come back and sit in the lawn chair, get tan. And then, well, not me, I'm not tanning that much, but we sit in the lawn chair and check the internet, and keep in touch with folks back at home. And so it's a great day.
So talking about home, are you married?
Not married.
You're single?
Single.
Completely single?
Completely single.
We might need to finish this now.
All right.
So do you miss home? Is it hard being on board?
No, because home is where the heart is, and my family's. I haven't started a family, so it's not hard for me to, to be away from home. So it's okay. Right now, all I have is a book bag and a bank account, so I'm good to go and having some fun.
So how long would your contract be? And then
Contracts standardly about 6 months. 6 months on, 2 months off.
Right.
It roughs out to about 10 months out the year.
Okay. So some of the questions that people have asked us to ask you. What's your cabin like?
My cabin, my first cabin, no windows, bunk bed, 1 bathroom. I had a roommate. My second cabin, a little bit smaller, 1 bed though, 1 bathroom when I was assistant cruise director. Now my office is also part of my cabin,
right.
and I have a small window that I can look out. So
you don't have a balcony?
No, I wish I had a balcony.
That's
Some classes of ship have balconies for the cruise director, but not this one.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're going to campaign to get you a balcony. I think we should have one. And things like drinks on board, do you pay for them? Do you get them free? Do you
Yes,
get,
yes, we have to pay for drinks. It's like
Right.
everybody else. It's at a discounted rate, but we do.
And where do you eat?
We have a crew mess, staff mess that we eat in. All the crew members, there's officers mess, captain's mess, crew mess, staff mess, because we have different, levels of crew members. And then I can also eat in guest areas, like in the steakhouse or dining room.
That's cool. Yeah, so you get good ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what's the funniest question you've ever been asked by a cruiser?
Funniest question I've ever been asked by a cruiser. What did I say? Well, I guess, so I do a lot of different activities. Okay, so I do activities on Lido deck. I make the announcements during the daytime for activities going on, and then at nighttime I'm hosting other shows, bringing on shows, and I change clothes in between the time. And so probably one of the funniest things that someone asked me was, am I the same guy who just taught the Lido line dances and the guy who makes the announcements? I'm like, yes, that's me. They're like, oh, I thought those were 3 different people. I didn't think that was you. So I was like, well, why would you think? So that was funny to me because I feel like I look the same. But I mean, we get crazy questions like, do we stay on board? Do the crew members live on board? So
Yeah.
I mean, things like that. But that's
Has
fine.
anyone asked you about the electricity? Does the electricity, how do you get electric on here? From the land or
No,
something like that?
no, that-
Oh,
that's
okay.
that.
Maybe that's just a British thing.
Yeah.
So like for the crew on board, do they have like really good facilities? Have they got like a gym?
Yeah, we have a crew gym. We have a very great HR system on board, and so we have crew parties, crew events, places that we can have fun. We got we have a crew lounge, so it's good.
Oh, cool. Okay, so I have some other questions which are like probably a bit random, but this is apparently what everyone wants to know. Is there a prison on board?
There is a brig on board. What are you planning to do?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
If it's involving handcuffs, I could be interested.
well, there you go. There you go. We definitely have some handcuffs and a brig on board.
Right.
Yeah, it's right next to the morgue.
Oh, okay, which brings me to my next question, the morgue.
Yeah.
So how many dead people can you cater for?
Well, I don't know. We haven't had to deal with that many. We haven't had to cater for that many dead people.
So when this is really like kind of morbid, but when someone does die on ship, like obviously they get moved out of their cabin into the morgue, and are they then sort of like kind of taken off at the next port?
It depends on the family
Right.
and depending on the port, because different ports have different laws, things like that. So they may have to stay on board until we get back to our home ports.
Right.
It all depends on the situation, what happened, and how. But yeah, so it depends on the port authorities in terms of if they can be offloaded.
And say like we noticed tonight that there was like a few people back late.
Yeah.
And they were walking very slowly.
Right.
They weren't really interested, were they? Like getting back in time. So if someone does get left behind, what kind of happens? So obviously all their passports and stuff are on board. What happens to them when they get left behind?
Well, we don't leave people behind. That's the thing. We put in fun times so people get ready to go.
Right.
What time back on board is, what time we set sail. People come back late. We don't know because a lot of people sometimes, believe it or not, they just want to cruise these places and they don't. They just get off the ship and not come back.
Really?
Sometimes people do that. Yes.
Yeah.
What we don't know what it can be. So we have a great guest services team on board. They'll go to the cabin, collect all the information, get a passport team. We have port authority, port agent, and we'll leave all the information with the port agent, and they have the option to then join us in the next port or fly back to the home port.
Okay, and obviously if they have missed it because they've been too drunk and singing
right.
frogs or something, then it's their expense to get to the next port. Okay, something that someone did ask me about, and they've apparently Googled this, a lot of passengers go missing off the ship.
Really?
Maybe not Carnival, but just
Yeah,
generally as on like a cruise ship. So have you ever encountered anything like that where you've just...
Well, they've gone missing?
Yeah.
No, I've heard people saying, I can't find my husband, and he's been in the casino. That kind of situation. So we've had that one, but they come down to get service. I can't find my husband anywhere. I haven't seen him. He hasn't been to the room. And he was in the casino the whole time. So, but no, we haven't had any missing people where we've had to make announcements on the ship for this person. Sometimes it may happen where we're getting late back onto a port and maybe they just didn't see them. Because families are in different cabins sometimes. They just want to confirm that they're on board. and then we'll make announcements if they feel like they really they should have been here by now, something like that. Then,
okay. And you're a reverend?
No, it's just a nickname.
I know. Do you do weddings on board?
We do weddings on board. We normally do them either in the home port. They'll bring on a priest, and the priest will marry them on board and then sign off that day. Or they do destination weddings, like we're going to Grand Cayman tomorrow. Yeah. They would go in Grand Cayman and have a wedding on the beach somewhere.
Okay, cool. This is like not a good thing to talk about, but it has been in the news, like pirate attacks, things like that. Mm-hmm. How prepared is the ship? Like if that was to happen?
We are very prepared for any and every situation that would arise. We have a contingency plan for everything, and so we have a great safety team on board. We got a great security team on board, and it's really all about the teams coming together, making sure it happens. And so that's just the best thing. But we always have backup plans, contingency plans for everything and anything that can happen. But luckily, we don't cruise pirate-infested waters. So
no.
yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, if it was Captain Jack Sparrow,
right.
I wouldn't mind.
Right. Exactly.
You can send him to my cabin. That's fine. So another thing this is kind of my thing. I noticed I've cruised with a lot of other cruise lines. You give away amazing prizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like we came to the Hasbro game the other night. Amazing. Yeah. How does that happen?
Well, we have a partnership with Hasbro, the game show, and part of that partnership is that's just one of the things that they give out. One of the perks is giving out those amazing Hasbro games and prizes, so it's pretty fun.
And even when you do things like when you get people up on stage, it's not just like the bottle of champagne. There's like a lady the other day got a jewelry and necklaces. And
oh yeah.
Cool.
Well, we have great concessionaires on board, and we want people to have a fun, memorable vacation. So giving them those things where they thought they wouldn't have walked out anything, or maybe they thought they wouldn't shop this week, and then they come on and see these great deals, and oh my God, I just got a free bracelet. Yeah. And they'll always remember that. So we want to do things that last.
Yeah. No, it's good. It's really good. So kind of the party we've just been to for the VIP party, which was great. It came up there like 4.5 million people have cruised. For us in Britain, Carnival hasn't been like a massive cruise thing because there hasn't been anyone out of Europe or anything like that. Right. Obviously, we've got Vista coming in 2016, which we're mega excited about. Yeah. So
biggest, newest ship.
So amazing. And with the bikes going around the top, are you going to be cruise director on there?
I don't know. They haven't decided who's going to be the cruise director.
Should we write in and say that?
Maybe if you can do anything, you can do it. Help.
Okay. So kind of like with British perception of Carnival, sometimes comes across as like, it's going to be loud, it's going to be like very Americanized, very brash, everything like that. I have to say my opinions have been completely changed this week.
Really?
Yeah, mega, really, really changed. Okay. So why do you think, like, obviously with Vista come in, why should British people go on a Carnival cruise?
Well, it's fun, number one. It's inexpensive, it's affordable, and not only are you going to have fun, but we're going to have fun. A lot of people go to a place because they want to have fun, and the people that are there providing them entertainment or serving them or waiting on them are not having that much fun. We do this because I love people, so I love my job. It makes it that much more fun for me. So my thing is, my rule of thumb, if I'm not having more fun on stage than you are in the audience, I'm not giving you guys what you need to do. So it's affordable, the rooms look great, you get to meet fantastic people, you get to go to so many different ports. I don't, how many, it's like what, 8 ports, 4 ports you guys get to go to, just sailing out of Italy. I've never done the Italy or England run, so I've never done that before, but I've heard it's beautiful, the ports are amazing over there in Europe. So but you get to do that, the shore excursions, and it's like a taste test. You get to taste so many little things of every different place, and you get so many different people of all walks there. So
it's cool. Yeah, no, definitely. Do you have any tips like for cruisers? So I don't know, like how can I get free upgrades or anything you would suggest? Like
book ahead, and then when you cruise, book on board. That always helps, and because we have lots of great deals. We got personal vacation planners, and they'll help you find the best rate for you, how many you got in people. Because since now we get discounts as well on cruises, and I was able to contact my family back at home. Hey, I got great deals coming up. You want to book this week? You can. If you want to book for 4 weeks from now, you can. This is the deal. So book ahead. It always helps, and just check it out. And they have great deals. If you come on a cruise though, you always get the cheapest deal because you book on board.
Yeah. And also by booking on board, it's the same, I guess, on here. They can nominate us as their agent, so we can take care of their booking back in the UK, so they haven't got to worry about looking after it. But they get all the deals like on board credit at the moment, isn't it? It's $200 on board credit or something. Yeah. So that's cool, excellent. So I guess my final question: I've heard a rumor. Is it true you're leaving?
Oh, well, leaving. I wouldn't say, like, when you get off this week, you're not leaving. You're just getting ready for your next vacation. You'll come back. So I'm going on vacation, but I'm coming back to the Carnival Glory. It'll be my home for a little while longer.
Cool.
And so, yeah.
Okay. Dr. A, it's been amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for talking to me.
Thanks.
So, seriously, like, why aren't you on TV? I really have to say, you are the most coolest cruise director I've
Well, I'm
ever
working
met.
on it. It's my next step. My next step. When I was on television, it was the smallest television station, and work Carnival is good. Now I want to go over there, actually, Europe, to see if there's some good stuff over there. So.
You're gonna come to Europe?
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna give you my card.
Okay.
You know, just call me.
I will. I'll make sure you get my card too.
Yeah,
I meant to
cool.
bring it up here, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
No, definitely.
Thank you. Cruise code, not UK. Nice.
Brilliant.
Thank you. You say you're cruising. Where do you want to set sail from?